Hey everybody, welcome to the Mark Parham podcast. You can follow me online by typing in Mark Parham podcast on Spotify. You can also follow me on Rumble and YouTube by typing in Mark Parham. Online, a lot of people have been sharing this video of Donald Trump. I think he went to Chick-fil-A or some fast food restaurant, and I saw the reaction of some of the folks working there. And he was talking with people, he was interacting with folks, and I think that's a great thing. It's he's a president that doesn't mind interacting with just normal people. And again, he seems like somebody. Donald Trump seems like somebody that's genuine, and he seems like somebody that's real. And when you look at Joe Biden and you look at Kamala Harris, they only show up to places, like churches and things like that to basically pander to people. And again, one thing I can respect about Trump is he's not going places and he's not out there faking it or saying, oh well, I've got to get the black vote, so I've got to be around a bunch of black people or visit black churches all the time. No, it's just like he's a person where if he's out and he comes across maybe somebody that's African American, Hispanic, whatever, he'll have a conversation or take a photo, and I like that because a lot of times with the Democrats, they'll visit these churches and these places with lots of black people in them, and then you don't ever hear them do anything for black people. So I at least respect Donald Trump for being authentic, because sometimes they go with the Democrats, they'll go on this whole like church tour. They'll get Kamala up there and Kamala will be talking and saying stuff, and oh, we're going to do this and do that, and they come around black fraternities and all this stuff, and then when you look at the neighborhood, you see that nothing has changed. I mean, look at what's going on with Kamala and Joe Biden running the country right now. Inflation's high. There's crime in the inner city communities, and when they do come into contact with black people, all they want to do is, sing and dance. And I think it's shameful. I remember when Kamala Harris and Joe Biden were trying to get elected a few years ago, and they would come around the black fraternities and dance and sing. And it's like, no, the black community wants to actually have, see some actual results. We're tired of people coming around and taking photos with rappers and stuff like that. Like, we want things to actually change and get better in the black community. And I think that old strategy of, oh, well, I'm going to take a photo with a rap star and all the black people are going to follow me. I think that's getting old and tired. And, I think black people are waking up to those, gimmicks. The whole thing of, we'll get some basketball players and some rappers to sit up and say, oh, well, Biden's a good man and Kamala is a good man and we support him. I don't think that's working anymore. And if you look on Twitter, when they do take these photo ops with rappers and videos and they try to hang out with rappers, I'm happy that you have a lot of people calling it out, especially black people, and saying, no, this isn't going to work in 2024, trying to just pander to entertainers. Black people are realizing, and we've been knowing this, but entertainers are not our leaders, and entertainers aren't the leaders that people should be looking up to in the black community. Like, just because somebody can sell a record or dunk a basketball doesn't mean that we need to follow this person. And so I'm happy black people are waking up to that. And again, with the internet, you're seeing that a lot of Democrats, all their tactics and stuff they would do before, the internet is exposing all of these things. I mean, I'm seeing more black people listen to Candace Owens. I'm seeing more black people follow conservatives. And I think it's just amazing. Even some of these podcasts are doing a great job at debunking a lot of lies and myths when it comes to the Democrat Party. I mean, this is a party that will, sit up and say, oh, well, we care about black people. They use black faces and, tell you, oh, we care about minorities and the other side is racist and all this other stuff. And again, people are just turning on the news and they're seeing what's happening. And so, I'm happy black people are slowly waking up. It's taken some time, but just putting in a black face in a position of power is not going to fix the problems in the black community. And I think a lot of people thought that with Barack Obama. They thought, oh, well, we can elect this guy, he's black, and he can fix the inner city community overnight. And that's not the case. The black community needs people the black community needs people that actually know what they're doing. And if it's a white person that can do the job and get things done and clean up crime, then elect a white person. If it's an Asian person, elect the Asian person. If it's this whole we always have to elect black Democrats is not good. And like I said, the proof is in the pudding. I challenge anybody to dispute what I'm saying. Look at cities like Baltimore. Places like Baltimore always elect Democrats. Democrat, 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 and then look at the crime, look at what's going on in Baltimore. And so for some of these communities that are saying, well, you know what, how can we fix things? Maybe voting for a Republican every once in a while. Like, we got to get out of this mentality, especially black people, that we always have to support Democrats because they're not racist and, all this other stuff. And, that's just my opinion. And also, this is something totally different, but there was a case, I think in Chicago or something, where it was a police shooting, something like that. And one thing that I want people to notice, they always push out a race story when it becomes time for people to vote and get into politics and, start thinking about who they want to vote for. You notice they always got to push out a story of police brutality or something that the cops have done or, a black man or woman being mistreated. That's all social engineering. Every time that, every time it's election season and they need Democrats and black people to come out and vote, they'll always push a story about race or police brutality, and it's perfect timing. And I don't believe that out of all the stories, happening in America and all the corruption going on, that, those are only stories that you can find in the media. I mean, they keep on replaying this story over and over again. And like I said, that's all up to what the media wants to do. But I just find the timing of some of these stories to be a little bit funny. They always got to push some story about a black person being discriminated against when Biden's doing bad in the polls. And again, some people are actually, black people are actually waking up to that. The timing of some of these stories, or even when it's, they're trying to push, this whole gay and lesbian agenda type stuff. And, they'll always push a story about, oh, well, there was a gay man that was discriminated against. It's like, so all of a sudden you just find some random gay guy and then, promote the story everywhere. It's just, the timing of some of these stories, it's almost like what they did in the election before. You got to push stories about race and racism and try to scare black folks. And so these are the scare tactics that the Democrats love to use every year. Just, you got to push a story about police brutality, find a guy in some major city that's been mistreated by the police, and then just run that story a million times. And I've just noticed that because they do it every time. Like, every time the Democrats are down the polls, you got to scare black people. That's one of the tactics they do. It's almost like, what do they say, divide and conquer. So again, in the comment section, just let me know how you feel, and please give me a like, or you can follow me online, and I really appreciate it. Thank you.